Color Computer 3 Graphic Text, Lesson 18, Part 2. All right, we got a long way to go, so let's get started. A little recap from what we're going to be doing here. Remember in Part 1 we talked about all these characters are no longer meaningful on the color computer. They were good for teletype, so we're going to use these 32 numbers here, hex numbers, to put some goodies on the screen. Okay, this is just a quick example here. Okay, here's this 32 characters. We'll get into all this stuff tomorrow, but here's the 32 characters that replaces the characters that are not usable. Okay, we'll also see that when we're putting characters on the screen, we can rotate them 90 degrees, 180, or 270 degrees. Okay, and then some of the characters are going to be able to look like some dice we can spin. Okay, now just to remember, all of our characters are 8 pixels across and 8 pixels down. So all of these new characters I'm going to be showing you that are going to be usable are all fit in this 8x8 box. Okay, here's the first one. Okay, this is new graphic characters 01 through 0F, or through 1F. Font equals 1. I'll talk about font later on. Okay, so here's the 32 characters. Really it's 31 because here would be hex 00 and hex 00 down here says, okay, that's the end of line message. If you have a string or a message you're printing, it always has a null terminating, so nothing happens with a 0, it just ends. Alright, so each one of these characters can be printed by printing the character. Okay, if you say print character hex 01, you'll get this character. If you hex 1F, you'd get this up arrow. Okay, and things we'll talk about later. We can do different spacing on the characters, or on if you're just doing normal printing a normal alphabet, A to Z or 0 to 9 or any of the normal special characters, you can space them. Okay, normal is 8. Okay, and with these characters here, if you put 8 in there and then we print each one, they touch each other. Each one touches as it should. That's the normal spacing. All right, you can say spacing equals 10. That will put 2 pixels in between each character, that regardless if it's A to Z or if it's the special characters. Likewise with 12, you have 4, and you can put 14. So you can try whatever you want. Okay, you can put 4 in there and they will all overlap. You can put 6 in there to overlap. Okay, so much for that. Let's go to the next one. Okay, here's the new graphic characters with font equals 2. So if you say font equal 2, you get a complete new set of characters. You notice this first row, if it looks familiar, it's the same characters as you got in a color computer 1 or 2 or even a 3 in just regular color basic. You can always print these characters to the screen, and these are exact same as they are on color basic. Okay, so a 1 will get you that, and a 15 will get you that one. Okay, now if you go to hex 10 through hex 1F, you get these characters down here. Okay, which is some arrow pointers and just different things. And here's some dice characters. And I didn't notice until I put this graphic together that hex 0F and hex 10 are exactly the same. So either one, they're both the same. They put out the same thing. I just didn't notice until I put the slide together. And here's these dice characters with a red background and a white front. You can change the colors on them too. Okay, now we're just going to do demos and look at what we can do. So let me get over to our there we go. Find my color computer here. Okay, I got a bunch of tests that they're also tests, but they're also to show exactly what we can do. And we'll talk to that. Okay. Here's the first one. Okay, this is characters font 1, characters 0 through F. Okay, and that, again, here's the characters that are in there. again, 0 is not used, so we got 1 through 15 or 0 through F, whichever you prefer. And you can do different things. But if you put them together, you can make like this box, this big X, or you can do dot, 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 dash, type things, or these up and downs, or a complete set of lines across the screen. Each character is selected by colors and spacing. Okay, again, like I mentioned before, if you do with the alphabet A to Z, and you do 6 pixel spacing, this white line here is 6 pixel spacing. That is hard to say. Okay, if the normal is 8, and that is this blue line, which might be a little bit harder to see, but that's the standard. If you do an H print in BASIC, say H print, so this line here, this is the spacing you get. That's the normal. Okay, and if you say 10, the spacing, you can see it's a little bit longer. Character and letters can all be mixed together, each different colors, whichever you prefer. Okay, here's the same font equals 1. Here's the second set of characters. That's hex 10 through hex 1F. You can see we have a bunch of variety of different styles, images, plus signs, some diagonal arrows, up and down, right and left arrows. And if you group them together, you get some interesting backgrounds. Okay, and if you like the diagonal arrows, you get this, and the up and down arrows, you get this. And if you combine both of them and print one over the top of them, you can get something like this here. It's interesting because remember, this doesn't replace anything on the screen. It just ors it over the top of it. So that's what you get. And I'm going to do this again. As you notice, we can print another character running across the top of things, and it's non-destructive. It does not destruct the background. Okay, you see some flickering there. I don't have any vertical syncing in there. I just so you can do this here with the modules I'm going to supply to you. Again, you notice you can put this stuff any place on the screen as opposed to HPrint, which gives you your 40 characters across and 24 up and down. Here you can put a character any place on the screen that you're working with. And this happens to be H screen 2 in the BASIC world. Okay, so that will. Okay, again, using just some characters, we create this box on the screen, and I printed the capital letter T inside that box. And this is so you can put stuff on the screen any place you want. I put a T. I updated the position on the screen 2 pixels to the right, 2 pixels down, and printed a T again. I did that 10 times, so I printed 10 of them T's. And you can see the result. Not that you'd ever want to do that, just showing you can place a letter any place on the screen that you want. Now I'll hit the space bar and it's going to erase them T's, which means you can erase stuff on the screen just by one command. Okay, let's do the next one. Oop. Notice the numbering on my tests are kind of random all over. They're not random all over the place. It's just when I happen to build them, I never got back to changing them, cleaning them up. Okay, this is similar. Other than this is font equals 2 with the other characters. Okay, here's the same characters you had in Color Basic all these years. Okay, and here grouping them together, you can get these interesting backgrounds too. Okay, graphic characters are same as the original BASIC, 0 through 15 or 0 through F, whichever. Okay, here's some of the other characters. Font equals 2, 10 through 1F gives you this here, and I will hit the S, and you can see that the dice are spinning now, which is kind of interesting. It started out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the dice, and this is all random. Spin a random dice a random number of times to get a random answer. I thought it might be interesting. I might do someday is take this portion down here and start out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and have a counter and just keep doing these random spins and see how many would it take randomly to get back to what originally was. But this is interesting. It's something that's very kind of simple to do, but it's something you can do with the letters. Right, and right there, and now we got you notice I'm doing a run of basic, and the basic program loads everything up. Don't really need to do that every time, but that's what I got typed in my cheat sheet here. Okay, here's you can do the letter rotation. Okay, you'll see the A here. It's normal, 90 degrees, 180 or 270. Now I'll hit the X here, and you watch this line down here, and you can see all of them are get flipped. And the different, 90, 180 or 270 degrees. I'll do that again. It's just something you can do. If you ever want to do it, I don't know, but it's available. And we're done with that. Now we're going to do 4. And by the way, the past 3 was H screen 2 if you're in the basic world. Which means it was 320 pixels across and 192 pixels down. This one here is 256 pixels across and 192 down. But this one here has a little bit more graphic stuff to it. Okay, so I've got a graphic screen up there, which I had previously loaded. Okay, I had previously loaded the image of the color computer. Okay, and this here is just to show you what it can do. Okay, we'll move that block around to show you it's again, flickers, but that's, I don't hate sync it. It's just to show you that it's non-destructive whatever you want to put, and just around there. Okay, now I'm going to hit the up arrow and watch the text in the middle. Okay, you'll see it goes up. Now hit the down arrows again to show you can put this stuff any place on the screen you wish to. Okay, hit the right arrow, it will change colors, and if I hit the left arrow, it will rotate the characters. There it is, upside down. Again, you can go up or down, change colors, and hit something else, and it tells us. Okay, we got one more test here. Forgot what it was. It says a different. This is an old test. What number of cycles? 40. Ooh, we don't want that. $44, and we'll select 5. Okay, this is something I wrote a long time ago. In fact, this was the genesis for the module I'm going to get you, because this here, the module was self-contained inside this program, and once I had done that, I had extracted out where it could be generic to use with many programs, like a DLL, a link program, instead of having it embedded in each program. Okay, this was an interesting one to write, so keep track of 26 characters, where they're at on the screen, and getting them back home. We'll do it again. But it will do the same thing I want to do. So it's got 5 different messages. I'll include this, and we're not going to get any programs this week because we need to go through how all this stuff works, and that would make this video so long that you'd fall asleep. So the next one, I guess part 4 is going to have a sample program I'll give to you that has everything you can do it in a test mode, and you'll be able to look at it and dissect what it's doing. I'll run this one more time so you can use different, let's try that again. Let's try it. That's 3. I don't even know what 3 is anymore. All the lowercase letters. Okay, it's the same thing. It's just spreading more, random going out, bumping off the walls, and then when it's all done with its 44 cycles or however many you tell it, finds out where it's at and bring it back home. So anyway, this is going to end this, I believe, once it's done. And the next one will have an actual program. We'll step through the program and all the different feature functions of the module I'm going to give to you. I'm going to Back here. Yes, that's the end of it. So anyway, this was just a demo of what you can do, and then the next time we'll have an actual program and all the modules that you're going to get if you decide to ever use this. Okay, that's it for now.